Hey, Atsushi! I saw your restaurant on TV the other day. It looks really fancy. I want to eat there someday.
Yeah. Someday I'll invite your entire family, so just hang in there. I'm Atsushi Miyashita. My dad got sick when I was a kid. He was always going in and out of the hospital. Then he passed away when I was in 4th grade. He couldn't really work, so our family was very poor. Atsushi! So you couldn't afford college, huh? I heard you got a job right after high school. My childhood friends lived next door to me. On my left was Taishi Sage. He always looked down on my family for being poor. Your family has always been leeching off of Emily's family for years now. You better pay them back for everything they've done for you.
Tayashi, stop it! And so what if he didn't go to college? He wanted to be a chef. There's nothing wrong with pursuing your dreams.
And on my right was Emily Yukio. She was 2 years younger than me, but she was always cheering me up. But Taishi, he's always had a crush on Emily, and he didn't like it that she always took my side. Emily, think about it! He's poor and he doesn't even have a college degree! You should forget about him!
Shut up! I'm rooting for him, okay? Leave him alone.
I'm just relieved that I got a job now. Now I can provide for my family. And he's right about your family. They've been really good to me. I'm really grateful for that. When Dad died, Mom and I were devastated. The Yukios helped us big time. Emily's father was a chef. He was a really kind-hearted man. If you ever need anything, all you gotta do is ask.
Thank you. Don't cry, Atsushi. I'm fine. You're crying too, Emily.
I made you some hamburger steaks for dinner. Your favorite, right? Dig in! It was the most delicious hamburger steak ever. He was the best chef in the world. He's the reason I decided to become a chef. My mom worked long hours to provide for me. She was always working, even on the weekends. So I usually stayed home by myself, but why don't you stay at our house on the weekends?
Come on, it'll be fun, please. Miss Yukio, thank you for looking after Atsushi. Here, it's not much, but you're cooking for him too, so here. Oh, don't worry about money. But I could use your help with something else. You're good at sewing, right? Could you make a dress for Emily? I found this really nice piece of cloth, but I'm not very good at it, so... Of course, anytime. But still, I insist. You're always looking after him on the weekends and stuff. I wish I didn't have to work so much, but... Oh, don't worry about it. Make that dress and we'll call it even. Emily, Atsushi's mom says she'll make you another dress. Really? Thank you. Of course, Emily. Thank you, too.
They've been really good to us, so my mom wanted to pay them, but they never took her money. I was really grateful for the Yukios. Someday, I wanted to repay them for everything they've done for us. But Taishi's father was the complete opposite. He was a chef just like Emily's father, but he always looked down on other people. Mr. Ukio, why are you doing this for them? If I were you, I'd stay away from them. They're poor. They got nothing to offer. They'll just try to leech off of you. That's what poor people do. Mr. Sage, you shouldn't say things like that. Come on, we're all neighbors here. Whatever. If it makes you feel better about yourself, go ahead. But if I were you, I'd focus more on your restaurant. His restaurant was bigger than Emily's dad's, and he always looked down on him for that. I hated Taishi's dad. Mr. Ukio is the best chef in the world.
I'm sorry. This is all my fault.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's not your fault, kid. I wanted to be a chef just like Mr. Ukio, so I started working at a restaurant right after high school.
You sure you don't want to go to college?
Nah, I want to be a chef just like Mr. Ukio. I still remember the dish he made me when I was a kid. From now on, I'll be making money too, so you don't have to work as much anymore, Mom. I managed to get a job at a really famous restaurant. I worked my butt off after that. Work was tough, but it was also really fun. I love this job. Miyashita, you're a quick learner. Thank you, sir. I just love this job. Good to hear. Then about 5 years later, my boss had this friend who ran a restaurant in France, and he asked me if I wanted to go there to train. Seriously? That's a really famous restaurant.
Good luck, dear.
I believe in you, Atsushi. It was really nice to hear him say that.
Atsushi, good luck. You'll be back, right?
Of course. I'm gonna get in everything I got.
All right, take care of yourself. I'll be waiting.
I'm gonna miss Emily, but I gotta do this if I want to become a better chef. So I went to France and trained there for about 3 years. During my stay there, they ran a little story about me on the newspaper. I was starting to make a name for myself. Emily? Hey, I'm flying back next week.
Really? You're gonna be back for good.
I was 26 now. It was time for me to go home. I started working at the same restaurant as before. Mom, I got the day off today, so let's go to Mr. Ukio's restaurant.
Sounds good. He says business has been slow lately, so he'll be happy to see us.
What? Really?
Yeah, about 6 months ago, this new restaurant opened up nearby, and apparently it's much cheaper than his place, and he said he was starting to lose customers.
Oh no, I had no idea.
Yeah, Mr. Sage isn't doing so well either.
Taishi still works there, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It wasn't just Mr. Ukio's place. This new restaurant was taking customers away from all the other restaurants in the area. Things weren't looking good for Taishi's dad either. And then one day, Atsushi, come work for us! Most of Ukio's employees quit already. He's gonna go out of business sooner or later, but we still got a chance. Come work for us! Oh no. I think Mr. Ukio's in trouble. Taishi and his dad tried to recruit me, but I wasn't interested. I was worried about Mr. Ukio. Hey, can I talk to you? My family's friend's restaurant is in trouble. If it's okay with you, I'd like to go help him out in a bit. Alright, no problem. You can come back here anytime. So I went over to Mr. Ukio's house that evening. Mr. Ukio, I'd like to come work for you. Atsushi, but what about the restaurant you work at now? You can't just quit, can you? They said you were in France for 3 years, for goodness sake. I talked to the owner. He said it was okay. I heard your restaurant was in trouble. Bud, you're too good for this place, son. It's a small restaurant. I don't even know if I can pay you that much. I don't care about money. I just want to get your restaurant back on its feet. Please. You're the reason I became a chef in the first place, Mr. Ukio. I still remember that hamburger steak you made for me when I was a kid. So please, let me help.
Let him help, Dad. The restaurant is in trouble, but at Sushi, if anyone can turn that place around, it's him.
So I started working for Mr. Ukio. Slowly, the customers started coming back. You're an amazing chef, Atsushi. I think we should be charging them more. Thanks for saying that. I appreciate it.
The customers are starting to come back. It's all thanks to you at Sushi.
Yeah, he's an amazing chef. I don't know how he does it. A few weeks later, they did a little story about me on TV. After that, the customers started lining up in front of the store again. But on the other hand, Taishi's dad's place wasn't doing so well. Atsushi, will you come help us? Sorry, I can't. I gotta go back to my own place after this, so... You're still mad that we didn't help you when you were poor, aren't you? Look, we apologize, okay? We're sorry. Just help us out, come on! I'm not mad. You weren't obligated to help us. But Mr. Ukio helped us out anyway. He went out of his way to help us, even though he didn't have to. I'm just returning the favor now, that's all. I wish I could help everyone, but I just can't, okay? No matter what you say to me, the answer is no. 6 months later, the restaurant was back on its feet. The restaurant was booked for months. As for Sage's restaurant, they went out of business. They sold their house and moved out of town. I better go back soon. Yeah, thanks for everything, Atsushi. I was really glad that I was able to help. After everything he's done for me, it was the least I can do. Hey, I gotta tell you something. I've always liked Emily. Ever since I was a kid. I always wanted to ask her out, but after everything you've done for me, I wasn't sure if I should. What? Why? You don't need my permission. And she likes you too, you know. She's 24 now, but she's never had a boyfriend. Ask her out already. She'll be thrilled. Go on then. No time like the present. That day after work, I went to go see Emily. I love you! Will you go out with me?
I'd love that! I've been waiting for this day for years. I thought you'd never ask. I was really worried.
Sorry to worry you like that. I wanted to wait until I was a self-made man. I've always loved you.
Same here.
6 months later, Emily and I got married. Then we bought Sage's old house, fixed it up, and started our new life together. Emily, can I talk to you about something? My boss thinks I'm ready to start my own restaurant. What do you think? A year later, I decided to open my own restaurant. After much thought, I decided to go into business with Mr. Ukyo. We were business partners now. We bought this old restaurant near the station and fixed it up. Wow, look at this place! Hey, you have some time on your hands? Could you make me those hamburger steaks? I haven't had those in a while. Of course. Anytime, kiddo.
Do you guys have a special dish like that? I do. Eating it brings back all kinds of memories for me. So, what did you think? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. See you tomorrow. Bye!
Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Make sure to subscribe and click the bell for notifications.